Hello YouTube and fellow preppers, I am Geordie Prepper. In this video we're going to be talking about room-to-room preparedness. I'm basically going to go through, every Friday is going to be uploaded a video where I'm going to talk about the things that I have for preparedness in each of the rooms that I use. The items that I'll show are what I'll keep in them. For today's first segment we're in the kitchen, and when you're in the kitchen you talk about water, and we're thinking about food, which is kept predominantly in a kitchen. Obviously many other things are kept in as well, but I'm just going to take you through the things that I keep in my kitchen from a preparedness standpoint. I'm not going to show you obviously my knives and forks and plates and stuff like that. Obviously I keep water stored. This is the biggest container I have. It's a 25 litre, I think, water container. As well as water stored in the property, in the kitchen, I'll have items to process, filter and purify water so it's safe to drink. I'll have an item to boil water. I'm assuming that the grid's down, so I'm going to use an alternative method. So obviously some sort of fuel and a device to produce a flame to boil water in a container. I do not necessarily keep all my preps together in one place. I'll have preps in each room in my bugging location which are associated with what I want to do should I need a bug out, and I obviously have them in places where I know where they are so I can quickly grab them. So the other thing I keep in my kitchen is my H2Go bag. Now I would be taking this if I had a bug out, but as it's related to water and as it's related to preparedness, I keep the H2Go bag in the kitchen, and then I don't have unassociated items dotted all around the property basically. The other thing I'll keep in the kitchen is to make any container which I'm going to put a liquid in sterile, so just some Milton tablets. I'll also have backup ways of making water safe, and that will just be with these water purification tablets. Now in case I do, or anyone else does get ill from any sort of waterborne possibility, I'll keep medication which can help with dehydration. One overlooked way that people can get really dehydrated is diarrhea. So obviously grids down, people have been drinking contaminated water, there's the chance of diuretic problems, so I keep medication which helps with waterborne problems in a grid down. So I just keep Diarrhea on hand. Obviously there's other medications that you could use. This is just the one that I have at the minute. Just another thing that I have on hand in the kitchen, in case you have people that taking shelter in your bugging location, and obviously you need to think about rationing your supplies, rationing your water particularly. It's a good idea just to keep old cartons of things that you've drank. I've sterilised these and I just keep them in a cupboard, so in an emergency situation obviously you've got to look after yourselves, but it's good to look after others as well, so I just keep cartons around which I can fill up with water. The advantage to this is that you're not giving them, canteens or anything that you want to use. You're just giving them a disposable container basically, which if it gets destroyed, if it gets lost, it doesn't really matter. Just get them another one and then give them their supply of water, and that's something that can be done for other people. Other things that I have in the kitchen for emergency situations and just normal everyday use, but which I'll buy in quite a large quantity, is spirulina powder. That's just for adding to drinks. It's got lots of nutrition in there. Chlorella powder, pretty similar to spirulina, but it contains many things that you just don't get, or it's hard to get from ingesting like a lot of food. And obviously in a bugging situation, grid down, the food that you're going to be able to get is going to be limited. You're going to be relying on your supplies. Their nutritional value might just not be as great as when the grid's up. So cayenne pepper and Ceylon cinnamon. I use that in my diet, in my weight loss drink. Colloidal silver, that's just a great thing I've been having. Since I started taking it, I haven't had any sort of illness, any sort of virus, and hardly even a cold. Been using that for over 2 years now. Apple cider vinegar, another good thing to have in quantity. Useful for many things: weight loss, psoriasis, skin problems, joint problems. Diatomaceous earth, another good thing for cleansing the body. I just put it in drinks and milkshakes and things that I put in my smoothies basically. I also put it in my toothpaste as a very mild abrasive. Other things I have in my bugging location, because I don't buy or I don't use any chemical based cleaning products, I make all of my cleaning products myself. Make sure if you're going to get stuff like this that you get it from a good reputable brand company, and I get mine from Intra Labs. I'll leave a link to them in the description below. Sodium bicarbonate, there's absolutely hundreds of uses for sodium bicarb. It's a really, really good thing that you'll want to have in your bugging location in large quantities. Fuller's Earth, that has a lot of medicinal purposes. If you use this in a bath, put two tablespoonfuls in a bath, any sort of cuts or damage to your skin, with a good average fit individual, will usually heal in about twice as quick as normal. You can put Fuller's Earth into water, and it does have things in there which can be beneficial to you, but you need to be really careful with the amount that you use. You don't want to use too much, obviously. But I have drank water that's had a tiny bit of Fuller's Earth in the past. Epsom bath salts, that's just for bath. I have Dead Sea salts here. Again, that's just for bathing. Citric acid. You can obviously add this to water and drink it, and you get some beneficial acid in your system. You can also use this in the bath. And like I said, I make my own laundry soap, and for that you need soda crystals. So I always make sure I have a good supply of soda crystals on hand in my bugging location. One final thing about having these sorts of things in your bugging location is, especially from this company, Intralabs, these sealable bags that the item comes in can be reused. Another good thing to have on hand, obviously, if you're going to have some natural alternatives to cleaning products, is just get some literature on what you can do with it. Food in your kitchen in the bugging location is obviously important too. You're going to have your normal perishable items that you buy daily, but you're going to have more long-term things in there, such as rice and pasta. Good idea to keep these things on hand and in bulk. And obviously, in one of your locations inside your kitchen, just set aside a space to keep some very last ditch emergency supplies. First aid in your bugging location, important as well, very important. In the kitchen especially, that's one area that you're definitely going to want to have a well stocked, in-date itemed kit. Dealing with knives and other sharp objects is just something that happens in the kitchen, preparing food, etc. So make sure you have it fully stocked first aid kit. It's got the right equipment in it, right tools, and you have someone who has the right training, who knows how to use everything inside. There are a lot of good kits out there, and a lot of them will have a vast majority of things that you're ever going to need in a first aid situation. But always check the kits, because like this one that I got, it had some cool packs here, but it didn't have anything for any burns. So I just stuck some burn shields in, and you know, this first aid kit, it had plenty of room to stick them in. So whichever first aid kit you get, always look at it and adapt it for your needs and where you're going to locate the first aid kit. So cool packs it came with, that's all well and fine, but I don't think anyone's going to be injured in my kitchen from doing some jumping jacks. But there's going to be more possibility that working with alternatives or even just the normal everyday use of a cooker could lead to a burn. So I just stuck some burn shields in, and they're very cheap but very effective at what they do. So the last items I'm going to show is fire prevention and firefighting things that I have in my kitchen, in my bugging location. Obviously, if you're dealing with heat on any source like a cooker, good to have a fire blanket. You know, these are so cheap, and you know, they really can help. And obviously you'll want a firefighting piece of equipment, which is a fire extinguisher. So that's it, guys. That's just a run through of some stuff I have in my bugging location in my kitchen. I'm going to be doing another room every Friday. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing, particularly to those new subscribers that have joined. Thank you very much to Geordie Prepper, who did a shout out to my channel. It was very unexpected, and I really appreciate the shout out. And thank you so much to the new subscribers and every subscriber to my channel. You guys are awesome. Just be safe and be prepared.